Hey guys, so what we are going to do today for math is solve fraction number stories. We have a little bit of practice with this from the beginning of Unit 3 when we were creating our own number stories by using objects over shares. So that is something that we still are going to want to remember. So I'm going to write it on my paper so that I can keep it in mind as I am solving the problem. Now, the perk is, if you are watching this video, then you will have 2 questions done for you from today's GoFormative already, and all you need to do is just copy the answers to that GoFormative, okay? And if you do end up having any questions, then please join our Google Meet at 8:30 and at 11 o'clock, and I am happy to come on there and do some problems with you or answer any questions that you may have over math. So we are going to solve each number story. You can use fraction circle pieces, number lines, pictures, and other tools or models to help you show your work. So for number 1, I read the problem, and then I decided that a picture is probably going to be easiest for me. So if you would like to draw a number line to help you solve, you are more than welcome to do so. You also have number lines in the back of your math journal on that very back cover that will help you as well. So number 1 says 4 friends shared 5 sandwiches after their hike. If they ate an equal share, how many sandwiches did each friend eat? So I need to first identify my object and I need to identify my share. So I know that sandwiches are my object because I can actually split those up. So I'm going to put an O by my object, and my shares are going to be my 4 friends because I can't split people, so they cannot be my object. I'm going to put an S here. So if I am thinking of objects over shares, well, I know that I'm going to get 5/4. But the directions tell me that I need to show my work. So I am going to represent my objects, and then I'm going to split it up for how many shares I need. So I have 5 sandwiches. So I'm going to draw 5 squares. Now, I have 5 sandwiches and only 4 people. So I know that each friend is going to get a whole sandwich. So I am just going to label these so that I know each friend has a whole sandwich, and I've represented that in my picture. I could also split each sandwich into fourths because that is my share. My denominator tells me how many pieces I am splitting my object into. So I know that each person still get a whole sandwich. And then with this last sandwich, I know that they are going to need to split it. So I need to cut the sandwich up. So I am going to split it into fourths because that's how many shares I have. And friend 1 gets this piece, friend 2, friend 3, and friend 4. So based off of my picture, I know that friend 1, it says how many sandwiches did each friend get. So I'm just going to pick friend 1 as my example. Friend 1, I know, got a whole sandwich. And then I know they got a portion over here. Out of this, they got 1 piece out of 4. So each person gets 1 1/4 sandwiches. 5/4 is also a correct answer, but please remember that we do not answer with improper fractions. If you do end up with 5/4 and you split up all the pieces into fourths, you would know that friend 1 would get 1 piece from each sandwich, which would be 5 pieces total out of the 4 shares. So I could always turn this to a mixed number by doing division. With an improper fraction, division is the action. Okay, I'm going to go on to question number 2, and then I am going to leave the rest of the questions to you to get some practice in because practice makes progress. Josh combined 1/2 carton of eggs with 1/3 carton of eggs. He said, now I have 2/5 of a carton. Is Josh correct? Well, first I am going to think about how big or how much 1/2 and 1/3 is. I know that 1/2 is bigger than 2/5. 1/2 is bigger than his answer, and so there is no way that Josh can be correct. Because if I have 1/2 plus another fraction, that is going to be larger than 2/5 anyways. I also know that if he was adding two fractions. So he did 1/2 plus 1/3 is equal to 2/5. So I know that Josh added the numerators and he added the denominators. But the denominators are not like denominators, so you cannot add them. We never add our denominators. So I can say that I know, I could go with either reasoning that I just explained. I could say, I know that that is incorrect because he added unlike denominators. Or I could say, well, I know that 2/5 is smaller than 1/2, so there's no way he has less eggs than when he started if he is combining. So I know that 1/2 is greater than 2/5. So if he is combining cartons, he can't have less than what he started with. So I ended up saying, no, Josh does not have 2/5 of a carton of eggs because 1/2 is greater than 2/5. So if he is combining cartons, he can't have less than what he started with. Okay, you have a couple more questions to practice on your own for today's Go Formative, but please feel free to go ahead and fill in questions for numbers 1 and 2 on that Go Formative if you watched this video. And if you are having any questions at all, please email me, message me on Google Classroom, or join our Google Meets during those 2 times.